I'm gonna show you two videos, okay? Two videos you're going to see. After watching the two videos, you will answer these three things. Three questions that you have. ठीक है? तीन questions जो वीडियो देखने के बाद आपके दिमाग में आ रहे हैं. Two takeaways. Two takeaways मतलब two things that you learned. दो चीजें जो आपने सीखी और one thing that you will start practicing. एक चीज जो आपको practice करनी है. ठीक है? So what will you do? What will you answer after watching the video? Who will tell me? Muskan, क्या आप बताओगे?
You said the question and we said the answer.
No, I did not say that. मैंने नहीं कहा मैं question पूछूंगी आपको आंसर देना है. ये मैंने नहीं बोला है. Yes, Anjali.
We watch the video now, then we think of that, then in our mind there will come three questions. We want to tell to teacher, and second one is that we want to
Two things that you learned.
think that you learn about two things, and third one is one thing that you
Want to do.
practicing that.
Yeah, one thing that you want to do. So three questions that came to your mind. तीन questions जो आपके दिमाग में आए. Two things that you learned. दो चीजें जो आपने सीखी and एक चीज जो आप करना चाहते हो. ठीक है? So I'm playing the videos. Everyone on mute. Anjali on mute, please. Okay, I'm switching on the subtitles so that you guys can read. Let me decrease the speed a little. Okay, can you still see my screen? Can you see the video?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Can you hear it? Can you hear the video?
No.
Okay, fine. I will share again and this time you will be able to hear.
Like you. Consent for kids. This is you. Okay, it doesn't look exactly like you, but let's say it's you. This is your body, and you get to decide what you do with your body. No one else is entitled to tell you what to do with your body. Not your friends, not strangers, not adults you know. No one is entitled to decide what you do with your body. Except you. That's called bodily autonomy, by the way. And that's what consent is all about. Everyone is different. Some people love to hug, and some people hate hugs. And each person gets to decide what they're comfortable with. Can a hug-loving person just start hugging someone at random? Nope. They need consent. How do people know if they have consent? They ask. Would you like a hug?
Yes, I would. Can I hold your hand?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
If a person doesn't say yes,
Can I hug you?
then they haven't given their consent. It's really pretty simple. Ask for consent, listen to the answer. By the way, if a person bribes someone or threatens someone to say yes, that's not consent. Sometimes adults will try to tell a kid what to do with their body.
Go kiss Aunt Doris goodbye.
but the kid still gets to decide. No thanks, that makes me uncomfortable. I'll just wave goodbye. Some things kids can't consent to. They can't enter into legal contracts. They can't vote. And they can't consent to sexual stuff. 'Cause they're kids. So if an adult does something that kids can't consent to, that's not okay. The adult is wrong, and it's not the kid's fault. And that's when it's most important to tell a trusted adult, like a teacher. Why? Because it's your body. And no one is entitled to tell you what to do with it. Practice consent.
All right, everyone. What did you understand? सबसे पहले, before answering those three things, can you tell me what did you understand? Who will tell me? क्या समझा? Raise your virtual hand, please. Only Anjali and Arsia want to answer. Okay, Rahul and Ria have raised hand. Yes. Rahul and Ria, first you go. Jayashree has also raised. Okay, Jayashree, wait. First, let Rahul and Ria try, then you, Jayashree, go. Yes. You're on mute. Guys, you're on mute.
Everyone should have a concept because it will help everyone, like, yes, concept, because if I don't like hugs and they come to me, so I will say them not to do. I will ask them that you like to hug. If they say yes, so we can, and if they say no, so we can't hug them.
Very good. Very good, Ria. Thank you. Jayashree?
Yes. When people they feel they should not hug someone, they should not want to talk or do something with them. We should ask them first. We can do that, then we should do that.
Very good. First, we should ask. Wonderful. Yes, Anjali.
What she said, I want to say that only. First we
Okay,
ask somebody and do.
And then do it. Okay, wonderful. Arsia? Arsia? Harsh, if you're not talking, on mute, please. Arsia?
Yes.
हाँ,
If
बताओ.
someone don't like anything, so we should not do like you do. If we don't fight with them, like I like to hug someone so they don't feel so we will give,
Comfortable.
yeah, and so we will give something, or I will hit and force to him. That is wrong. That is not called consent. And
Very good. Very important.
if we will ask them and they don't like it, if we have to understand their comfortability, and then we can.
Very good. Very good, Arsia. Very, very important. Thank you so much, all the girls who have answered. Boys, I'm waiting for one of the boy to answer. Okay, Harsh, I will choose you. First, Harsh will answer, then Shashwat will answer. Okay, Harsh, can you please tell me what did you understand from the video? Harsh, I know you can hear me, okay? मुझे पता है आप सुन सकते हो. Can you please answer? अगर हम क्लास में आए तो we will participate also, okay? Whatever you understood, please tell.
I understand. Teacher cannot tell in Hindi.
Sure.
वो लड़का था तो वो बोल रहा था कि अभी गले नहीं मिलने का, और
What is consent? हर्ष आपको consent के बारे में क्या समझ आया? Consent क्या होता है? What is consent? कंसेंट अगर मैं सिंपल इंग्लिश में बोलूं, इट मीन्स परमिशन. कंसेंट का मतलब होता है परमिशन. जो आपकी बॉडी है वो सिर्फ आपकी है. इट इज ओनली योर्स एंड नो वन कैन टेल यू व्हाट यू कैन डू विद इट. कोई और आपको नहीं बता सकता है कि आप उसके साथ क्या करो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, if someone wants to hug you, first they need to ask your permission. They need to ask your consent. Ki, can I hug you? If you say no, or if you are not comfortable, if you don't say anything, then that means no. Yes? For example, it's me and I want to go and hug someone, and for that matter, not only hug, just touch them. Touch anywhere on the body. If I want to do it, I have to ask for their permission. I have to ask for their consent. Remember last year we spoke about personal space? So this is like that.
Yes.
And no one can tell you anything. Not your friends cannot tell you what you should do. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters cannot tell you. Even adults cannot tell you what you should do with your body. Who will decide what you can do with your body? Only you. Whenever you are comfortable, only then you will say yes, and that is considered consent. अगर कोई आपको गिफ्ट्स दे रहा है या फिर कोई आपको मार रहा है and then they are saying कि do this with your body, then also it is not consent. It's a no. Yes? So whenever you are doing anything, you need to first ask other person consent. Yes? In lots of Bollywood movies, do you think they follow consent? The hero is running after the heroine, and when she's saying no, so she's not giving her consent, even then the hero is running after the heroine. Do you think that's right? Do you think that's correct?
No.
Yes. No, it's
Teacher.
not.
No.
It's not. They are showing the wrong things. In real life, if you do it, movie में ठीक है दिखा दिया कुछ भी दिखा सकते हैं, but in real life you do it, you're running after a girl or a girl is running after a boy, when they have said no, then you will get into trouble. It's not right, it's wrong. You will get into trouble and you can even go to jail. Yes? So consent is very, very important, very crucial. Now I'll share my screen and show you the next video. Okay, everyone on mute, please.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they go, "Oh my God, I would love a cup of tea, thank you." Then you know they want a cup of tea. If you say, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" And they're like, I'm not really sure. Then you can make them a cup of tea, or not, but be aware that they might not drink it. And if they don't drink it, then, and this is the important bit, don't make them drink it. Just because you made it doesn't mean you're entitled to watch them drink it. And if they say, "No thank you," then don't make them tea at all. Just don't make them tea. Don't make them drink tea. Don't get annoyed at them for not wanting tea. They just don't want tea, okay? They might say, "Yes, please, that's kind of you." And then when the tea arrives, they actually don't want the tea at all. Sure, that's kind of annoying as you've gone to all the effort of making the tea, but they remain under no obligation to drink the tea. They did want tea, now they don't. Some people change their mind in the time it takes to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk. And it's okay for people to change their mind, and you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they are unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people don't want tea, and they can't answer the question, do you want tea? Because they're unconscious. Okay, maybe they were conscious when you asked them if they wanted tea, and they said yes, but in the time it took you to boil the kettle or brew the tea and add the milk, they are now unconscious. You should just put the tea down. Make sure the unconscious person is, and this is the important part again, don't make them drink the tea.
If someone is not on mute, everyone put themselves on mute. कौन mute पे नहीं है? Please put yourself on mute.
Teacher,
Yes, Shreya.
what is meaning of obligation?
Obligation means अगर आपने कुछ बोल दिया कि आप करोगे, तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा, वो obligation होता है. तो ये बोल रहे हैं कि you are not under any obligation. तो अगर आपने बोल दिया कि you will drink tea एक बार, बट थोड़ी देर बाद आप बोल रहे हो यू डोंट वांट टू ड्रिंक टी, दैट्स ओके. इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी, इट्स नॉट कंपल्सरी फॉर यू टू ड्रिंक इट. अगर आपने एक बार बोला हाँ, बट थोड़ी देर बाद अगर आपने ना भी बोल दिया तो भी आपका ना ही कंसिडर होगा, आपका हाँ पुराना वाला कंसिडर नहीं होगा. वी विल डिस्कस, ओके, विल डिस्कस. अभी लेट्स फिनिश द वीडियो.
Okay,
थैंक यू फॉर आस्किंग श्रेया, थैंक यू सो मच.
welcome.
Yes, then, sure. But unconscious people don't want tea. If someone said yes to tea, started drinking it, and then passed out before they'd finished it, don't keep on pouring it down their throat. Take the tea away. Make sure they are safe, because unconscious people don't want tea. Trust me on this. If someone said yes to tea around your house last Saturday, that doesn't mean they want you to make them tea all the time. They don't want you to come around to their place unexpectedly and make them tea and force them to drink it, going, but you wanted tea last week, or to wake up to find you pouring tea down their throat, going, but you wanted tea last night. If you can understand how completely ludicrous it is to force people to have tea when they don't want tea, and you are able to understand when people don't want tea, then how hard is it to understand when it comes to sex? Whether it's tea or sex, consent is everything. And on that note, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea.
All right. I will stop share. Okay. So Shreya, to answer your question again, obligation मतलब होता है कोई duty. ठीक है? So कोई भी आपको obligation नहीं है. So who can tell me what they understood from this video, and then I will share what I understood. Yes, Jayashree. Then Arsia, then Shreya, then Rahul and Riya. Okay. In this order we will share. Jayashree, first you.
I understand that if someone don't want tea, so we should not tell them to take. We should, if they do not want it, we should not give them tea.
Okay. Thank you, Jayashree, for sharing. One clarification here, everyone. So they were talking about tea as an example. But यहाँ पे tea से क्या मतलब था? Tea से मतलब था touching you. Yes? Touching your body. That is what tea meant. tea का उन्होंने बस example लिया था जिससे कि it is easy for you to understand. Yeah? Alright, someone is not on mute. Who is that person who is not on mute? Can we all be on mute? Yes. So, next person to share, Arsia.
Miss,
Yeah.
I was telling that
I will be taking example of tea only.
Yeah, you can take example of tea only and share. Of course.
Yeah. If someone wanted tea, they are what is that?
Consent.
Consent. So we should not ask them. If they say yes, and in some time they say no, so we should not force them to drink it because they are consent.
They're
And
not giving consent. Consent matlab yes. Not giving consent matlab they're saying no. So they're not giving consent.
you said that teacher that permission.
Permission, yes. Consent means permission. But when it comes to consent से सबको यही समझ आता है yes or no. Consent is another word for permission, and when it means yes and no. So for now you can use the word consent or permission, it's okay. Anything you can use. Yeah, continue Arsia.
So we should not force them to drink. And also, if they are, we should not take and go to their home. Please drink this.
Yes.
We should not force we should not force them. We should ask them, and if they said no, so we should not force them.
Correct. Very correct. True. Thank you, Arsia. Okay, next person to share. Who's next? Shreya and Riya. So Shreya, you would like to share first, and then Riya can share.
I understand that so if someone is telling like that, I want to drink like that in the video, like I want to drink tea, and someone is telling, and he take the tea, and he's telling no, I don't want to drink the tea, then we don't have to. Can I tell in Hindi?
Yeah.
That was जबरदस्ती नहीं करने का.
Yes. Yes. Very true. Correct. Thank you for sharing that, Shreya. Yes, Rahul and Riya.
Welcome.
It's like in the video, the man asked tea to the next week and the last night, but he he don't want to drink the tea the next day. So the man drink him the tea, but the man don't want to tea, so he was not.
Yeah, Riya. Correct. So all of you are correct. So it was talking about consent. Consent matlab yes. Permission, yes. So even if I gave my consent, even if I gave permission, yes, I want to drink tea today, does not mean I want to drink it 10 minutes बाद में. जितनी देर चाय बनने में लगा, हो सकता है 10 मिनट बाद में मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. So I can say no. I can still say no. And that person को समझना पड़ेगा. That person cannot force. Yes, if I said yes, I want tea today, and I'm saying morning mein they need to ask me again, do I want tea or not? Just because I said once yes, मैंने एक बार yes बोल दिया, does not mean it's yes forever. ठीक है? So yes, you have to keep telling every time. So now we were talking about tea, but tea से यहाँ पे मतलब था touching another person. So if anyone is touching you, if you do not like it, it's a no. Without your permission, no one can tell you. And if you said yes, कि मुझे yes आज hug चाहिए, but tomorrow you are saying you do not want a hug, then you don't want a hug. Just because you said it once, yes, does not mean every single time you have to say yes. Yeah? What if someone is sleeping? If suppose I'm sleeping, can someone come and touch me? Can someone hug me when I'm sleeping? No, they cannot. Why not? Because at that time, I cannot say yes. And if I'm not saying yes, I'm saying no. अगर मैंने yes नहीं बोला है, that means no है. Yeah? Okay. One last time I will share my screen to tell you why did we study about consent today and why it is important to understand consent क्या होता है. So class, we are going to read about fairy tales, okay? So imagine this situation. You are a prince in a fairy tale and someone takes you to a deserted place and tries to kill you. What will you do to save yourself? आप एक प्रिंस हो एक फेरी टेल में, आपको कोई एक डेजर्टेड प्लेस क्या होता है, कोई खाली जगह पे लेके जाता है और आपको मारने की कोशिश करता है. तो हाउ विल यू सेव योरसेल्फ? Will you or will you not save? You will obviously save yourself now. Okay, you don't have to answer this right now. Okay, just think what will you do? Now, इस activity को करने का purpose क्या था? It is to understand the meaning of consent and later connect it with Prince kissing Snow White without her consent and Snow White entering the dwarf's cottage without consent. जो हम स्टोरी पढ़ेंगे नेक्स्ट, हम कल से स्नो वाइट का स्टोरी स्टार्ट करेंगे, उसमें जो प्रिंस है, प्रिंस किसेस स्नो वाइट विदाउट आस्किंग फॉर परमिशन. सो वाज दैट ओके? नो, इट वाज नॉट ओके. एंड इवन स्नो वाइट विदाउट परमिशन जो ड्रॉप्स का कॉटेज था, ड्रॉप्स का घर था, उसमें घुस जाती है. सो इज दैट राइट? नो, इट्स नॉट राइट बिकॉज स्नो वाइट डिड नॉट आस्क फॉर कंसेंट. सो this is why it was important to know what consent is. I hope it is clear. If you have any other questions about consent, you can ask me. If not, you can leave the class. That's it for today. The homework is the same homework that you had yesterday. कल science class मैं तभी लूंगी जब आप quiz में pass होगे. ठीक है? So if you have any questions on consent, you can leave. You can stay. Otherwise, you can leave. The class is over. It's 10 and the class is over. So, अगर क्वेश्चन है या फिर आपको डिस्कस करना है तो आप रुक जाओ, बट अगर आपको डिस्कस नहीं करना है, अगर क्वेश्चंस नहीं है तो यू कैन गो. बाय बाय. ओके कैफ, आपको कोई क्वेश्चन है? इफ यू हैव क्वेश्चंस यू कैन स्टे, इफ यू डोंट हैव क्वेश्चंस यू कैन लीव. Yes, Kushnuma, you have to tell something. You can tell now. Or you can tell me on WhatsApp also. That's also okay. कैसे भी चलेगा.
Miss,
Yeah.
Miss, can we do vocabulary also?
Can you do
Vocabulary.
vocabulary class?
Yes.
Okay, I will think about it and I'll let you know because अभी already extra class हो रहा है ना morning में 8 to 8:30. So इतना I don't want you all to be on the screen all the time. School में तो क्या होता था, screen नहीं होता था, अभी phone का screen होता है ना. So I don't want that. You all to stay in the phone for so long. But I can send it WhatsApp पे या फिर कैसे अलग से and then you can do it. I'll figure out something and I'll let you know. Thank you for suggesting, Kushnuma. Shivani and Anjali, do you have any questions? So you can leave then. फिर शिवानी आप छोड़ सकते हो मीटिंग. अंजलि आपके कोई क्वेश्चंस है? खुशनुमा कुछ और क्वेश्चन?
No.
ठीक है, then you can leave. Anjali, what about you? Any questions?